day. Welcome. This is your Daily Med with Lady V. Grace and peace be multiplied as we continue to look at God's mighty hand in relations to Pentecost and his church, the believers. We realize that the hand of the Lord is powerful. His hand gives strength. From his hand we have protection. We can feel his presence. We know we have deliverance because of his mighty hand, and he also has a purpose for us. So previously we looked at his hand being a hand that supply power, and today we will talk about his strength, his protection, his presence, his deliverance, and his purpose. So when we look at strength, we remember Moses, as Moses said to the people, commemorate this day, the day you came out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery, because the Lord brought you out of it with a mighty hand. Exodus 13 and verse 3. So in this case, a mighty hand refers to strength. And so God delivered Israel from their Egyptian bondage with the strength of his own hand. Then we look at the protection that his hand provided. When we look at Exodus chapter 33 and verse 22, he says to Moses, after Moses wanted to see his glory, very famous, Lord, show me thy glory. He says, when my glory passes by, I will put you in the cleft in the rock, and I will cover you with my hand until I have passed by. So at the request of Moses, God was saying to him, Moses, no man can ever really see me, my face, and live. So he says, okay, I am agreeing with you to cover you with my hand. So as he passed by, he allowed Moses to see his back part, because the covering hand of God provides protection. Moses would not be able to experience the complete glory of God and live. It would be too much for any human being, and so God knew that he would die. But God fulfilled his request by covering him with his hand. So Moses only had a little look at his back. He couldn't see the glory of his face. So as long as we are in the cleft of the rock, covered by his hand, we are under his protection. It is not about us getting a hold of God, but really God getting a hold of us. We often sing, I am under the rock. The rock is higher than I. Jehovah hides me. I am under the rock. So when we are under the rock of God, we are under the covering. We are under the protection of God. Then we want to look at his presence. 1 Kings 18 and verse 44. We see after 3.5 years of drought. Remember, Elijah prayed that there would be no rain in Israel for 3.5 years. Elijah had seen the fire of God fall on Mount Carmel, and he has slain the 450 prophets of Baal. Now it's time for him to pray for rain again. And so as he prayed, he sends out a servant to watch the sky. This servant went 6 times, plus the 7th time when he went finally. 6 times he came back. He says, I didn't see any evidence that rain is going to fall. So the 7th time, Elijah said to him, go again. And when he went, what did he see? A cloud, small as a man's hand, rising from the sea. Elijah knew that rain would come. And so Elijah says, listen, once I see a cloud, I know it represents the presence of God. So whenever we see the presence of God in the form of a hand coming towards us, as that servant saw, we know that blessings, grace in abundance will be applied to us. So Elijah sent to tell Ahab, hitch up your chariot and go down. Don't let the rain stop you. Rain is on its way. We are about to see an abundance of God's glory. And we know what the cloud represents in the Old Testament from time to time. When there is a cloud, we will see most of the time the representation of the presence of God. Then we look at deliverance. In Psalm 91 and verse 7, he says, 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. Those who trust in the Lord will never be shaken. As we look at Daniel in the lion's den, or Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, we see their deliverance. And deliverance comes to those who place their confidence in God, knowing that they know no matter what, that God will deliver. And truly, God came through for them. There is also a purpose, as we say, in whatsoever God does when he stretched out his mighty hand towards us. Isaiah 64 and verse 8 says, yet, O Lord, you are our Father. We are the clay and you are the potter. We are the work, the product of your hands. So the purposeful God created us with a purpose. He has a plan for our lives, a destiny, a place where we are destined to be or to go is to be with him. God created us to worship him, to have a relationship with him, recognizing him as our creator. And therefore it is essential, if we are to find and fulfill our purpose in life, we have to know that God, by his own hand, created us with a plan in mind, created us with a purpose in mind, and he has great thoughts for us. And the thoughts that he have are good thoughts. They are not evil. And those thoughts he's expecting strengthen us to hope in him, that the future that he has in store for us will be exactly, and sure enough it is, that which he has planned, purposed, and ordained from the foundation of time. God bless you. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe. It is free. Like, share, also comment, and continue to visit and support my YouTube channel, Daily Med with Lady V.